Did you know that almost 55 million people around the globe are living with dementia, and every 3 seconds someone new is diagnosed? The numbers are terrifying, and here's the real kicker. Dementia is now the 7th leading cause of death worldwide. But what no one's talking about is this. It's not just age or bad genes causing your brain to fail. Recent studies have dropped a bombshell. Some of the most common medications, the same ones probably in your cabinet right now, might be destroying your brain in silence. If you're over 60, listen up. These drugs could be shrinking your brain, wiping away your memory, and pushing you faster toward Alzheimer's. And the scariest part? You might be taking them every single day, with no idea what they're doing to your mind. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on 9 everyday medications that science has linked to rapid dementia symptoms. And some of these will shock you. Stick around until the end, because the #1 drug on this list, it's the most dangerous of them all. It's handed out like candy, but almost no one knows the real damage it causes. And don't worry, we're not leaving you in the dark. At the end, we'll reveal 3 powerful foods backed by science that can help protect your brain and actually help fight off dementia naturally. Before we dive in, drop a comment and tell us where you're tuning in from. We love seeing how far this message travels. And hey, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss more videos just like this one. Now, let's not waste a second more. Let's get into it. Number 9, proton pump inhibitors, PPIs. Millions of older adults reach for drugs like omeprazole, Prilosec, pantoprazole, Protonix, or esomeprazole, Nexium, to fight off heartburn and acid reflux. These pills are crazy effective for stomach issues. But here's the shocker. Behind the scenes, they might be causing something way more dangerous. And it's happening inside your brain, not your belly. Proton pump inhibitors, or PPIs, have been linked in multiple studies to memory loss, cognitive decline, and a higher risk of dementia. Why? The theory is wild. By blocking stomach acid, these meds can block your body from absorbing key nutrients like vitamin B12 and magnesium, and your brain desperately needs both to function. When B12 drops too low, the damage kicks in fast: confusion, foggy memory, and even nerve damage, all from a pill you thought was helping. A massive German study of over 73,000 seniors revealed something shocking. Regular PPI users had a 44% higher risk of developing dementia. And here's the scary part. Most seniors stay on these meds for years, never stopping to question if they still need them. Meanwhile, their brains might be starving for essential nutrients without anyone realizing it. If your thinking feels slower, or if you're more confused after meals, don't just blame the food. The real problem might be the pill you popped before eating. Number 8, first-generation antihistamines. Let's talk about something millions of seniors pop without a second thought. Antihistamines like diphenhydramine, the main ingredient in Benadryl. They're used for allergies, colds, even sleep. But here's the scary truth. They're part of a group called anticholinergics, and they can seriously mess with your brain. These drugs block acetylcholine, a chemical messenger your brain desperately needs to keep memory sharp and learning fast. When that signal gets jammed, you get brain fog, more memory slips, and in the long run, actual brain shrinkage. Sounds harmless? It's anything but. This everyday allergy pill might be quietly stealing your mind. One study, published in JAMA Internal Medicine, found something terrifying. Seniors who took strong anticholinergics daily for just 3 years had a 54% higher risk of dementia. That's not a small number. That's a red flag waving in your face. And it doesn't hit all at once. It starts subtle. You forget a doctor's appointment, lose your keys, mix up a name, but then it snowballs fast into serious cognitive decline. The worst part? These drugs are sold over the counter, no prescription needed, so people assume they're safe. But for older brains, the damage can be absolutely devastating. Number 7, antipsychotics. These are serious meds. We're talking risperidone, Risperdal, olanzapine, Zyprexa, and quetiapine, Seroquel, often given to older adults dealing with dementia, schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder. But here's the wild twist. Even though these drugs are meant to calm agitation and confusion, especially in people with memory loss, they might be doing the exact opposite. That's right, the meds meant to help the brain could be quietly making it worse. Antipsychotics mess with your brain's chemistry. They alter dopamine and serotonin, two powerful chemicals that control motivation, pleasure, and clear thinking. Sure, they can calm extreme behavior, but the trade-off? They slow the brain down across the board. What you get instead is sedation, emotional numbness, and even worse, a faster slide into cognitive decline. They don't just calm the storm, they can sink the whole ship. Even the FDA has slapped a black box warning on these drugs, especially when given to seniors with dementia, because they're linked to a higher risk of death. But here's the shocker. Even in older adults without dementia, long-term use can seriously wreck brain function. People become more withdrawn, struggle to keep up with conversations, and even lose the ability to do basic things they once handled with ease. What starts as a little confusion, it can spiral fast into total dependence and a loss of freedom. Number 6, sleep aids, Z-drugs. As we get older, sleep gets harder to come by. So it's no surprise many seniors reach for meds like Zolpidem, Ambien, Azopiclone, Lunesta, or Zaloplan, Sonata. These are called Z-drugs, and while they may knock you out fast, don't be fooled. They're not as harmless as they look. Behind the promise of rest, these pills might be doing serious damage to your brain. Z-drugs work by slowing down brain activity, trying to mimic your natural sleep cycle, but they do it in a way that throws your brain's rhythm out of whack. Here's the truth. Real sleep isn't just about being unconscious. Your brain needs deep sleep and REM sleep to lock in memories and fully recharge. But Z-drugs disrupt those critical stages, robbing you of true rest. So even if you're knocked out for 8 hours, the sleep is shallow, broken, and leaves your brain worse off by morning. It gets worse. Z-drugs have been linked to sleepwalking, confusion, and brutal next-day brain fog. A British medical journal study revealed that seniors using these meds faced a much higher risk of dementia, and even dangerous falls, thanks to slowed reflexes and poor alertness. If you wake up groggy, forget names, or feel lost heading to the kitchen, it's not just bad sleep. It's your brain trying to recover from being drugged night after night. And for seniors already at risk for memory loss, these pills could be speeding up the decline, one foggy morning at a time. Number 5, benzodiazepines. Dealing with anxiety, sleepless nights, or muscle spasms? Odds are your doctor handed you a prescription for a benzodiazepine, maybe Valium, diazepam, Ativan, lorazepam, or Xanax, alprazolam. Sure, these meds can bring fast relief. They calm you down, help you sleep, relax your muscles. But here's the brutal truth. They're not gentle on your brain. Not even close. Over time, the way they interact with your brain is like a wrecking ball, quietly chipping away at your mental sharpness. Benzodiazepines work by cranking up a brain chemical called GABA, which basically tells your brain to slow down and chill out. Sounds helpful, right? But here's the catch. Your brain doesn't want to be sedated forever. Use these meds long-term, and the side effects hit hard. Memory loss, confusion, even physical changes in your brain structure. One major study published in the BMJ found that people who used benzodiazepines for just 3 months or more had a 51% higher risk of developing Alzheimer's. These aren't harmless pills, they're ticking time bombs for your brain. What's even more disturbing? Tons of seniors get prescribed these drugs just to help them sleep, and then stay on them for years, completely unaware of the damage piling up in their brain. You might start feeling groggy during the day, notice your reaction time slowing, or find it harder to follow a simple conversation. But here's the twist. These aren't just normal aging symptoms. These are red flags your brain is struggling, and the meds might be to blame. Number 4, statins. Medications like atorvastatin, Lipitor, simvastatin, Zocor, and rosuvastatin Crestor are handed out like candy to seniors. They're designed to lower cholesterol and protect your heart, and they do that well. But here's the twist. While guarding your heart, These drugs might be putting your brain at serious risk. What's helping your arteries could be hurting your memory. Cholesterol gets a bad rap, but here's what most people don't know. Your brain actually needs it to function at full power. In fact, your brain holds about 25% of all the cholesterol in your body, and it's crucial for building and maintaining neurons, the cells that move information around your brain like data highways. But statins don't just lower cholesterol in your blood, they lower it in your brain too. And that can mess with the production of key neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are vital for mood, memory, and learning. Some people on statins start feeling mentally foggy, forgetful, or like they just can't focus, and that's not a coincidence. A study in the journal Pharmacotherapy found that 75% of patients who had memory problems on statins actually got better after stopping them. Now, let's be clear, statins aren't villains. They save lives. But if you've noticed sudden memory issues since starting one, it's time to talk to your doctor. There may be other options or safer dosages for your brain. Number 3, tricyclic antidepressants. Depression hits hard in later life, especially with loneliness, health struggles, or the loss of someone close. But here's the danger. Some older antidepressants, especially tricyclics like amitriptyline and doxepin, carry a hidden risk. They may help the mood, but they can come with a dark and damaging cost to your brain. These antidepressants pack a strong anticholinergic punch, which means they block acetylcholine, the same brain chemical tied to memory and focus we warned you about earlier. And for aging brains, that's a major red flag. Seniors are already more sensitive to shifts in brain chemistry, so when these meds start messing with neurotransmitters, the impact hits hard and fast. What starts as a mild mood booster can quietly wreck your thinking, causing brain fog, drowsiness, and loss of focus. And over time, it can mimic or even speed up dementia itself. A 2015 study in JAMA uncovered a chilling truth. With anticholinergic drugs like tricyclics, there's a dose-dependent risk of dementia. Translation: the more you take and the longer you're on them, the higher your chance of losing your memory. And here's the frustrating part. Many doctors still prescribe them to seniors, even though safer alternatives exist. So if you or someone you love is on a tricyclic antidepressant and starts showing confusion, memory lapses, or a shorter attention span, it may not be the depression. The real culprit might be the medication itself, creating the exact symptoms it's supposed to treat. Number 2, bladder control medications. An overactive bladder might seem like just another part of getting older. Frustrating, maybe a little embarrassing, but manageable. So doctors hand out meds like oxybutynin, ditropan, tolterodine, Detrol, and solifenacin, Vesicare, to help reduce the urgency and accidents. But here's the hidden danger. These drugs are powerful anticholinergics. That means they block acetylcholine, the same brain chemical tied to memory and thinking. And that's bad news for your brain. This kind of chemical disruption doesn't just mess with your brain, it hits cognitive performance head-on. A study from the University of California, San Francisco, found that seniors taking these bladder meds had smaller brain volumes and scored worse on memory tests than those who weren't on them. We're talking about real brain shrinkage in the exact areas tied to memory, learning, and clear thinking. Not just fog, but visible brain damage. What's truly alarming? Thousands of seniors stay on these bladder meds for months, or even years, with no check-in on how they're affecting their brain. If you've started feeling more confused, struggling to plan basic tasks, or just feel like your brain's running slower than it used to, don't brush it off. It might not be just aging. It could be the very medication managing your bladder that's actually damaging your brain. Number 1. Anticholinergic combination medications. We've hit the top of the list, and it's a big one. The most dangerous class of meds linked to fast-track dementia in seniors. Anticholinergic combination drugs. These aren't just single pills. They're loaded with multiple anticholinergic agents, stacked together in one powerful dose. Think of cold and flu meds with diphenhydramine and decongestants, gut meds with scopolamine and atropine, or muscle relaxers like cyclobenzaprine. One pill, multiple brain blockers, and a massive risk to your memory. Here's where things get truly dangerous: the cumulative impact. When these anticholinergic drugs are taken together or used long-term, they create a snowball effect in the brain. Acetylcholine levels drop so low that memory, focus, learning, and even basic daily functions start to break down, piece by piece. One powerful study tracked 3,434 older adults over 10 years and found this: those with high cumulative use had a 54% higher risk of dementia, even if they stopped the drugs years before symptoms showed up. That's how deep the damage runs. These meds can act like slow, silent poisons to the brain, especially when you're unknowingly mixing them together. And here's the trap: they're hiding in everything from cough syrups to sleep aids to anti-nausea pills. That's how so many seniors end up taking multiple anticholinergics at once without even realizing it. It's sneaky, it's widespread, and it's why this group tops the danger list. Because it doesn't just hurt a few, it's quietly affecting millions. Now that we've uncovered the hidden dangers lurking in common medications, let's shift to something far more hopeful. The good news? Nature has your back. Research shows that certain foods can actually help protect your brain, fight inflammation, and even lower your risk of cognitive decline. Here are 3 powerhouse foods every senior should seriously consider adding to their daily routine. Food number 3, fatty fish. Fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, a crucial building block of your brain. DHA does a lot of heavy lifting. It helps keep neurons strong, boosts communication between brain cells, and fights inflammation that slowly breaks down brain tissue. If you want to protect your mind, this is the kind of fat your brain's begging for. A powerful meta-analysis in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that people who ate fish at least once a week had a 60% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's than those who rarely touched it. And get this, it's not just about preventing decline. Omega-3s can even slow down the damage in people who already have mild cognitive impairment. Just 2 servings of fatty fish a week could be the difference between mental clarity and cognitive decline. That's a small habit with a massive impact. Food number 2, leafy greens. Kale, spinach, collard greens. These aren't just salad fillers. They're brain fuel, loaded with vitamin K, lutein, folate, and beta-carotene, nutrients your brain craves to stay sharp. These power-packed greens help protect brain cells, boost memory, and support long-term cognitive strength. One neurology study found that people who ate just 1 to 2 servings daily had the brain power of someone 11 years younger. That's not just healthy eating, that's turning back the mental clock. That's not just staying sharp, that's reversing brain age with every bite. Whether you saute them, toss them in a soup, or blend them into a smoothie, leafy greens are one of the easiest brain hacks out there. However you eat them, you're feeding your brain the kind of fuel it needs to stay focused, resilient, and years younger. Food number 1, blueberries. You've probably heard people call them brainberries. And for good reason. These tiny, colorful fruits are packed with antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which help fight off oxidative stress. Basically the rust that eats away at your brain cells over time. And here's the crazy part. Studies show that blueberries can boost memory and slow brain aging by up to 2.5 years. Yep, these sweet little berries pack a serious brain-protecting punch. One study from the University of Cincinnati found something wild. Older adults who drank blueberry juice daily saw big improvements in learning and memory tests in just 12 weeks. That's fast. And the best part? Blueberries are crazy easy to add to your day. Toss them in cereal, blend them into smoothies, or snack on them straight. Every bite is brain armor. Simple, tasty, and seriously powerful. If you're a senior or caring for someone who is, this info is more than helpful. It's critical. We trust medications to help us sleep, feel calm, or ease pain. But some of those same pills might be quietly destroying the most important organ we've got, your brain. And the scariest part? It starts off so subtle, a little forgetfulness, a missed appointment, struggling to find the right word. Most people chalk it up to aging, but it could be your brain screaming for help. Here's the good news. Knowledge is power. Now that you know which meds pose the biggest threats, you've got the power to take action. Talk to your doctor, ask questions, look into safer alternatives, and most importantly, fuel your brain with the right foods. Because dementia doesn't hit all at once, but fighting it starts right now. And every step you take today could mean years of clarity tomorrow. Now it's your turn. We want to hear from you. Have you or someone you love experienced memory issues while taking any of these medications? What brain-boosting foods have made a difference in your diet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your story could help someone else wake up to what's really going on. Thanks for watching. And remember, your brain's future starts with what you do today.